All right, I have been putting this off, but I guess I really can't do it any longer. This week, we have an episode I never thought we would do, although a lot of people have pushed me to try and make it happen. And frankly, I want to say right off the top, I still have a lot of reservations about it, and I still don't see the point of even doing it. I mean, come on. The guy basically had a cup of coffee with the WWF. Briefly hosted a show, and I do mean briefly, didn't do anything else, and pretty much disappeared forever, at least from the view of the television audience. Unfortunately for others like me and my family, we haven't been so lucky, as he sporadically turned up to wreak havoc on my loved ones, only to then disappear again after basically extorting large sums of money from them. But I digress. And really, there's no reason to bring personal matters into this. So please forgive me, because apparently this has been an episode a lot of people have wanted to see happen. And I'm all about giving our listeners what they want to hear. With that, turns out my twin brother, Ian Mooney, was in town this week to see my mom and the rest of my family and spend Thanksgiving with them. As usual, he did not disappoint, managing to incite several near physical altercations, several arguments, a full-blown food fight. That's right. Yep. Full-blown food fight that included a 93-year-old close friend of my family being hit by a turkey leg in the face. No, she's fine, but not exactly what you would expect to see at a family gathering where we're all supposed to be giving thanks. Anyway, Ian has agreed to come on primetime to discuss his time with the WWF, among other things, a time that he calls one of the greatest periods of broadcasting in WWE history. And at the conclusion of our conversation, he promises to leave and head back to Hollywood, apparently, where he continues to try and make it in the world of entertainment some 25 plus years later. Not really sure what he's been up to all these years after his brief, I think I mentioned that brief stint in the WWF, but I'm sure he's going to enlighten us. So I can't put this off any longer, so I am going to attempt to bring in my guest this episode, Ian Mooney. Ian. Hey, Ian, come on in the studio. In there? Yeah, back here. Remember I said we're going to do the podcast? Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, this is it, huh? Woo! Wow, Mooney. Wow. Okay, look at this, man. Look. This is some studio you got here. Look. Oh, whoa. Big sign. Prime time with Sean Mooney. Hey, Ian, they can't hear you. You're not on a microphone. Oh, yeah, they can. Sure. Oh, yeah. Prime time with Sean Mooney. So, let me ask you. No, can you just sit down? I got a microphone set up so they can actually hear you. Well, first, I just want to ask you, the purpose of the sign, is it so that you don't forget the name of the show or your name? Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. No, I see. Oh, it's a dual purpose. I'm right on both counts, right? Would you please sit down? Would you? I need you to get in front of a microphone so that they can hear you, like the microphone. Being right over here. No. That's will you let that's mine. That's my mic. Will you just look? I've got a microphone. See right here, right across from me at the table. I've got a microphone and headphones all set up for you. Well, I like this one. This is good. I'm going to sit. No, because then I need a microphone to talk to. Just right over there. Okay? Will you please just sit there? No, don't touch that. That's my. Please just sit down. Sit in the chair. Yep, that's good. Okay. And what? With the microphone here? Yeah, it's a microphone. I know it's been a while since anybody asked you to do that. Oh, that's funny. Funny. Good. All right. And put the headphones on. Can you put the headphones on? Yeah, you think? Okay, how's that? Is that good? Am I good? No, you don't have to. You get your hands off the mic. You don't have to. Just, will you please stop? No, I think I got it now. That good? Yeah. That's great. Okay. All right. Good. So you're set? Yeah, this is good. I think I sound good. I know I sound better than you. That's, oh boy, starting already. All right, so Ian, been a long time. Welcome. Ian, not going to say anything? Hello? Ian, you said you had a lot you wanted to say, but you're not talking. Ian? Well, I thought you might want to start by apologizing to me. Oh, really? For what? For sabotaging my career. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, sabotaging my career. Maybe now you'll tell the real story of how you persuaded the WWF, particularly Vince McMahon, to let me go. Oh, really? I sabotaged your career. I convinced Vince to fire you. Yeah. No. I think let's set the record straight here that only you have yourself to blame for that. Because last time I checked, and call me crazy, but becoming obnoxiously inebriated at a company function, a holiday function, if I remember correctly, then attempting to French kiss and calling the wife of the man who owns the company baby. Then it gets then stealing a Stanford police cruiser because it was, quote, time to go home was pretty good grounds to be fired. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, good, Sean. I mean, once again, you exaggerate everything. I made that party great, mister. And honestly, I think Linda was thinking about going for it. Oh, Jesus. And wait. And when someone leaves the driver's side door wide open, with a car running in front of a valet at a hotel, I mean, what did they expect to happen? Yeah, okay, I got it. Once again, always somebody else's fault. Well, I'll tell you one thing. One thing, Sean, that I'm really grateful for is that our voices don't sound anything alike. Well, believe me, no one is happier about that than me. Okay. Why don't we just get to the heart of the matter, Sean? I mean, what this is all about. All right? Oh, really? And what might that be in? Mom always liked me better. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I mean, really? You're gonna go there? That's how we're starting this? Mom always liked you best? I mean, Jesus. You burned the woman's house down, for God's sakes. Burn the house down? That's a little dramatic. A bit of a stretch, don't you think, Sean? Garage was fine. And that was an accident, and you know it. Oh, really? Really, Ian? Really? Oh, maybe if you weren't smoking pot in a bong you made from a toilet paper roll that that when it caught on fire, you threw it into the drapes, setting the house on fire. Yeah, absolutely an accident. She had insurance. Oh, yeah, well, that made it all right, didn't it? You. And since we're going there, why don't we talk about your high school career, Ian? I mean, that was memorable. To this day, I have no idea how you managed to make honor roll. I mean, that was some accomplishment, dude, considering you never went to class. Hey, I worked hard for those grades, dude. And, of course, it always helps to know someone who's in charge of entering grades in the school's grading system. Yeah, I knew it, you bastard. As you know, I was always good with the ladies. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Sean, what? Does Eunice Dedsmore ring a bell? Oh, my God. Oh, no, it still hurts, doesn't it, after all these years? I cannot believe you would bring her up. You mean the girl that I was going out with that you pretended to be me for 2 months before she discovered it and broke up with me? I mean, rather us. Best 2 months of her life. Oh, my God. I think she's still scarred. Like, who does that? All right. Let's change subjects. Why don't we talk about like how I actually played on the football team while you were essentially a human tackling dummy and walking equipment shed? Hey, Mooney, remember this sound familiar? Johnson needs knee pads. Give him yours. You don't need them. Wish everybody could see you wince when I said that. I was a team player, you jerk. Sure. Nobody on a football team wants to actually play. They want to be a team player. All right. Okay. Let's. How about we fast forward here? Okay. Let's just move forward. Forget about that stuff and talk about your arrival in the World Wrestling Federation, which I might add I helped secure for some insane reason. What? What? You got me into the WWF? Well, I don't know who else was ever going to notice you. I mean, what the hell? Hey, at the time, the WWF was looking for a better version of you, which wasn't hard, which they desperately needed. And all I did was, I think I sent them a tape that I had from some VHS camera. And Bruce Pritchard, dude, called me immediately, hired me on the spot, said, you got the job. Oh, please. They were desperate to find a host for a wrestling spotlight because Vince was bored or busy or something. And they had a tremendous lapse in judgment and decided to give you a shot. Oh, come on. Best move they ever made for that show. Somebody needed to carry Sensational Sherry on that show. Carry Sensational Sherry. Somebody they needed to carry Sensational Sherry. They could have put a mop out there, which they basically did, I might add. And she would have been fine. She was one of the most spectacular performers in the WWF, I'll remind you. I didn't say she wasn't. She just needed someone as talented as me to really make it work. Sure. You mean someone she could beat the crap out of every week? Hey, I take offense to that. It was all planned. It was mutually agreed upon pratfalls. Really? Yeah, I think that Sensational Sherry could do whatever the hell she wanted and did. I mean, how about the time she tied you to that chair? Remember? Flipped it over with you in it and then left you there and went to lunch with the crew? I remember that. That Sherry, she was a kidder. Oh, no. I've got another one. How about when she started throwing anything she could get her hands on as you wrapped up another episode? Remember this? Coming back? Threw garbage at you, chairs, boxes, a broom. Oh, and a metal dustpan that hit you in the head. Cut your head open. Do you remember that? It was only 10 stitches. And as they say, a mere flesh wound. Oh, really? Yeah. I think you still got the scar, dude. Hey, why don't we talk about how they wanted me to take over the event center? What? That never happened. Oh, really? I guess they never told you. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Bruce confided in me that they had grown tired of your stupid made-up names you had for all the superstars. I mean, come on. Really? What the hell? My God. And your Bob Costas wannabe delivery, and they were ready to make a change and put someone in there who had a pulse and some personality. And then that mishap at the holiday party happened, and the rest is history. So, hey, is that right? You admit it? That you cost yourself the job? Because if that is the case, then how in the world did I sabotage your career? Well, I think they would have gotten past all that if you weren't so jealous of me. What? Jealous? Come on. Admit it. You poisoned my career there, planting the seeds with Bruce and Vince. What the hell are you talking about? I mean, let's just review. I mean, don't you think that 10 reported incidents of sexual harassment to HR? Let me see. Oh, yeah, claims of stalking. That coming back? Filing false expense reports, thousands of dollars. Office equipment that you used and somehow went missing. Oh, and the big one on here, and the bomb threat they traced to a payphone near the apartment complex where you lived might have had something to do with it. All hearsay. Come on. And you know all of those charges were dropped. Yeah, right. In exchange for you leaving. Just a minute, Sean. You were jealous. Jealous! Mooney was jealous! Oh, come on. You sabotaged it all and you know it. I could have been the next Mean Gene. Oh, my God. What did you just mean, Gene? Really? Gene had enough talent in his pinky to match yours. That was it. I mean, what are you going to say? You could have been Bobby Heenan too? Well, I was just as funny. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Woo. That was fun. Let's get to the questions so we can finally end this. Oh, you got questions? Well, some very deranged listeners sent some questions in. So I don't want to continue with the conversation and the line of questioning we're going at. So I think we should go to these questions. Oh, all right. Fireware. Love it. Okay. All righty. This one is from Michael Busciaco, I believe. It says, why didn't Ian ever host the event center and give you a break? What kind of a question is that? Oh no, I'll take that one. I got it. I'll tell you something, Michael. Mooney or Sean would never give it up because he knew he would have been out of a job. What? You are delusional. No. I had this great idea. Listen to this. I'm sure you would have loved this. I had this idea that I would attack Sean at the event center, sneaking up behind him with one of Honky Tonk Man's guitars, right? Wouldn't this have been awesome? And I just lay him out. And then I would come on and make the event center great for once. And I'll tell you, really, yeah. Bruce loved the idea. But of course, Sean made the point that the purpose of the event center was to sell tickets and get information out about live events, and of course, basically killed the idea. But we all know that he was just jealous and insecure. That would plague him his entire life. That I would take over, which, of course, is what would have happened. Exactly. Of course. Yeah. All right. Oh, my God. All right, let's move on. Ryan Flannery says, how come Sean and Ian were never seen together? Well, let me know. Oh, I could. No. I got this one, Ian. Just sit back here. I think that what you're seeing here between the two of us, I think it makes it pretty clear that everything you've heard up to this point should explain it, that we aren't exactly close. You know what I mean? Never have been close. So anytime I didn't have to be near him, I wasn't. And that remains true to this day. Okay, so let's leave it at that. Okay, nope. Wow, that we're moving on. Ollie Clark says, he asks a question here. It is, Ian, tell us an embarrassing Sean story. Oh, man, I should have read this before I just put it out there. Ollie, thank you. Thank you for asking for that. And I've already told a few. Could have told many, many more. But there's so many. Boy, let me think. I got one. My favorite, I'd have to say, is the time that I borrowed Sean's WWF blazer and I pretended to be him, which wasn't the first time. I pretended to be him, and I made a pass at Elizabeth. This is so great. And when Randy heard about it, let's just say he was a little bit upset. You almost got me killed. I mean, really. You knew how Randy was about Elizabeth, and you did it anyway. And fortunately, I was able to convince Randy it was one of your sick attempts at humor. You sick fuck. And although I'm not really sure if he ever believed me. Good times. Okay, Rusty Wortham asks, would Ian ever have transitioned to a backstage role? Oh, man, that would have been interesting, folks. Don't you think that would have been something? Hey, I think I would have been damn good at that. Rusty, thank you for that. I think it would have been awesome and great backstage, having a role like that with my vast creativeness, something Sean was certainly missing. And I clearly documented here that Sean poisoned my career with the WWF, so that was never going to happen. You really do live in a fantasy world, don't you? It must be really crowded in there with your view of how things supposedly happen. Okay. Moving on. Carolina, NC 2007, this is from Twitter, asks, Sean, wasn't there a character named Betty, an identical twin sister? Well, we don't talk about Betty that much, but I mean, it's been a long time, and I really think it'd be good to clear this all up. Betty was never a character. She is, in fact, our sister. And unfortunately, Bobby Heenan found out about her and would often make disparaging remarks during broadcasts, to my dismay. Betty was then and is still a very private person, and that is why I never mentioned her then or have since. So I'm going to leave it at that. No, you forgot to mention that Betty always favored me over you. That is not true. Oh, come on, Betty loves me. Oh, really? Okay. You want to talk about Betty? Do you have her phone number? Ian happen to have her phone number, or maybe her address? Do you even know what state she lives in? Okay, so maybe we've lost touch. Yeah. For the last 30 years. Okay. Sean, I don't think it's really necessary to be airing our family's dirty laundry. Well, dude, we got a whole freaking laundromat here because you're throwing this stuff out there. So try to keep it civil. But as always, it's impossible with you. Jason Bayless, this from Twitter. If Ian is supposed to be the evil twin, why did he get bullied all the time by the heel characters? Wouldn't he have been able to reason with them? Jason asks. Oh, hey, Ian, it's all yours, buddy. Jason. Come on. I was never bullied by the heels. I mean, come on. Sherry and I just decided that it would work better on the show if she had a more dominant role. Really? Like you had a choice, Ian. Really? Like you could have said, nope, ease up there, sister. Excuse me? I'm talking here. I believe this question was directed to me. Free. Go right ahead. Now, as far as the other heels that you talk about bullying me, that was simply not the case. Absolutely. I believe I had a tremendous relationship with all the superstars. That incident where they shaved my eyebrows, put the shave cream on my head, and then stole my shoes after I fell asleep on that flight. That was just that's what they did. That's how you got in with them. And that was just part of being one of the gang. Oh, really? That's how I never had my eyebrows shaved. Well, that's because you weren't in. They didn't like you. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Okay. That was all part of a little initiation, a little hazing there. Huh, Ian? Great. All right. You're you were one of the boys. Right. All right. Jared England asks, who would win a fight between the two of you? Well, yeah, I know you're going to take this one right in. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Me. No. And let me tell you why. Because although Sean and I are pretty much the same size, although as of late he's put the pot in Billy. Oh, come. What? What are you talking about? May I continue answering Jared's question? Fine. Go ahead. As I was saying, while we are pretty much the same size, I would not have a problem beating him to a pulp because, frankly, and this wouldn't surprise you, I'm willing to fight dirty. While Mr. Clean over here, Mr. Honorable, would never do that. And thus, I would have no problem opening up a can of whoop ass on my brother. It would be no contest. Okay, yeah, that's exactly how it would go down, Ian. And we're adults now. I don't know what we're talking about fighting. Yeah, come on. You want to have a slap fight? Come on. Hey, will you sit? Just sit. We're almost done here, please. Okay. And this is almost to the bottom of the list here. All right. Here we go. Jared asks, which one of you caused more trouble growing up? Do we really have to answer that? I would think that you would all know that is pretty obvious. Jared, let me cut in here, may I? Jared, I think the better question is, which of us was more troubled growing up? Oh my God. No. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. I mean, Sean was very troubled growing up, and I have to admit, I may have had something to do with that. I mean, imagine growing up in the shadow of a twin brother who did everything better than you. And will you stop? No. Couldn't let me. And alas, it led to a tremendous insecurity that unfortunately follows him to this day. And I really wish you would get, go. What? No, I think that you should see some, but me, that I have insecurity problems. Why would I have insecurity problems? What have you done? I mean, really? Now, Sean, I think it's just something you need to address. It's been a lot of years, and it would probably help our relationship. Yeah, okay. I will make an appointment tomorrow. How's that? Oh, that's so grown up of you. Okay. All righty. Okay. Oh, brother. I mean, literally. Okay. This has been fun. Wow. Yeah. Boy, didn't expect it to be so much fun. Yeah. So, Sean, what are you going to do now? What do you mean? Well, I mean, once everyone hears this podcast, they're going to want me to take over. Really? You think so? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious who was the most entertaining during this conversation. And I really do. I like the sound of Primetime with Ian Mooney. Really? I don't. Right. Okay. Before we wrap this all up, I want to remind everybody to check out our Patreon membership, where for just $4.99, you can get this podcast, of which I sincerely apologize for, and every other episode early and ad-free, and of course, lots of other great perks if you become a Mooney or a Legion of Who member. Check it all out at patreon.com/primetimemooney. That's patreon.com/primetimemooney. You mean, I'm still here. Do you mean people pay to listen to this podcast early? And to get other great content that you can't get anywhere else. And they pay you for it. Yes. So as I'm sitting here, I mean, you owe me money for coming on. Oh my God. I was wondering how long before you would say something like that. You never frickin' change, dude. I can't believe it took you that long. Folks, also check out our great tees, great t-shirts from the Primetime with Sean Mooney collection. Just go to mooneytees.com. You have shirts too for this podcast? You're kidding me. Boy, you're milking this for all you can, aren't you? I wouldn't call it that. No, they're great t-shirts. Is there an Ian Mooney t-shirt? Why wouldn't you have one of those? For good reason, because nobody would want to see one. Well, I think the listeners are going to demand it. Folks, I am going to make sure there is a new T-shirt for this Primetime with Sean Mooney collection that says Ian Mooney lives. How do you guys like that? Ian Mooney lives. I think that'd be a big seller. Oh yeah. Oh boy, I can just hear the cash register now. Go for it, dude. No, I'm sure it's going to be a big seller. Yeah, Ian Mooney lives. Anyway, folks, check out all of our T-shirts, including whatever Ian thinks he's going to put together. Just go to mooneytees.com. That's mooneytees.com, and check out the entire PTSM collection. Ian, I wish I could say this was great, but it wasn't. But thanks for coming on anyway. No, really. I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun. It was awesome. I'd love to do it again sometime. I'm not kidding. Come on. I really, really enjoyed it. I know that we've had a lot of differences over the years, but you're still my brother. I mean, come on. How about a hug? Oh, come on. No, I'm serious. Come on, bring it in. Come here. Come on. No, I'm coming in. I'm coming in, Mooney. Come here. No, oh, jeez, will you stop? Oh. I can't believe you did that. Did what? You're a pig. All righty. That's going to do it for this edition of Primetime. Thanks for listening, everybody, and thank God I'm out. Mom loves me best. Get out.